Hello and welcome to the first episode of LYNXdigital Canva Design Stream. So Canva is a digital design platform that uses simple drag and drop functions to create logos, posters and everything. Canva really saves lives, we'll find out later. Yeah. So we are going to create a logo for our new HeartBeats series. So you can check that out later, but let's get to the designing. So we'll first start with a blank canvas over here. Doing just design of the logos. Right, so we start off with a blank canvas, and on the left, you will see that there are many functions available. These are some templates that can be used. Alright, we'll be designing the logo for a new series, HeartBeats. So we'll look at some of the templates that are available on the left. Not a lot of ready-made templates that we can just drag and drop. Either that, or we can use blank templates and really create a design from scratch. There are really an unlimited number of icons, tools that we can use. Let's go with something within the template. So we're designing a logo for HeartBeats. HeartBeats is going to be an online series in which we engage the community in conversations regarding social change efforts. So we'll center the themes and color scheme around something that's vibrant. Right, so before we even start with the design, let's go on to coming out with the color scheme. What you like to do is just take the canvas, get two elements, circle and square, and just come up with three colors to represent our color scheme. Okay, so now we're going to look at some elements that we can include into the drawing to make it bring out the essence of community. So we'll be looking at some of the features over here. So we'll look at elements and we'll start to search up some quick images. So these two colors over here will let you know what color scheme you can adjust. So images which have these two buttons on top will allow you to change the colors accordingly. It's good because you can fit your color theme. However, there are some images that do not allow for such customizability, such as this. We'll play around with some other town backgrounds. Sometimes you don't really get the pictures that you want, so I'm looking for something that is monochrome and looks like a silhouette. So adding the word vector behind will kind of scope down the pictures even more. So we're not going to use this because we are representing Singapore. So Singapore is a place with a lot of high-rise buildings, and this is definitely not representative. Right, so we'll be using something along these lines. It'd be good to have a community below. So it looks like the voices are coming from the town and the cities. So another thing is like if you're using bold filled images like these, hollow images like this without any fill will not really fit the theme. So we will be careful to leave these out. So we definitely want there to be a main caption to the picture, and definitely we want there to be a catch to the picture, and it will not be the town at the bottom. So what we can do is try to let it fade to the background gradually by using less striking colors. Another function that we can use is the opacity function. So we can reduce opacity to make it more transparent. It kind of looks like it's fading to the background. Let's go with that theme. Unfortunately, you can't really select many of them and apply the same function. So what we have to do is ignore these and let's just copy and paste this one. We want there to be some fun in the picture, so let's include some playgrounds maybe. Must be careful to check back for the color scheme to make sure that we are on the same shade, because as of here there are two shades that look really similar. So each color comes with a code at the bottom. So we can use this. Actually, if you Google search this or just use your search browser, you will get a color that corresponds to this. So this one is 75101F. So this is the shade of color that we're looking at. So it represents the RGB values. This view is customizable, so we can actually shift it around and see the hex value changing. And I think we're short of more people, so let's populate this little speech bubble. People usually cycle within a community, so let's give him a cyclist friend over here. Although black looks nice in contrast, but we'll still be keeping with our color theme, and we'll go with this guy. He looks great. Right, so it kind of looks a little plain at the sides, so let's make sure the image is centered first. So you can see all the grid lines that are appearing. It can help you to navigate, center your image. So it snaps, a vertical line snaps to the middle. As long as we get vertical symmetry, it'll be good because the town at the bottom can make up for horizontal symmetry. So this still looks a little low, although it's in the middle, because we have some images going on at the bottom, but not at the top. So let's just shift that a little bit. And there's room for creativity around the edges. So it's always good to look back at your color scheme to see how you can improvise on it. So I think we can add a little more of a darker shade of red to it. So let's try to think. Since we already have a community going on top, speech bubble, or maybe we can play with the word online. How about we give the speech bubble some earphones? Now during the COVID-19 period, a lot of us not able to go out, so we'll be doing these sessions via online streaming platforms. One thing I noticed about Canva too is that if you flip the image over, you lose the crop function. So this is the original image that we got with the crop function, but after we flipped it over, the crop function is gone. So just remember to always revert to the correct orientation, the original one, before you crop the image. And once you're done, I think we kind of need to bring out the strength of the words a little bit, and I think one great way to do it was to use a backing, a darker shade of maybe red. It gives you a 3D effect. It looks way livelier now. Really good stuff. Also, you can think of a caption to put below, but let's increase the size of the word. Right, I like it. So maybe earphones are a little small. Let's go with headphones. So here we have headphones. Almost too big. So let's do a little bit of photo editing on this. Smaller, let's move it around. Just right. We must crop the image first before flipping. So if it looks good, symmetry. Always remember symmetry is important in creating artwork. Really can't see it taking shape now. This fixing of the earphones on top. It looks like a rainbow over the town, yeah. Looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm actually pretty satisfied with what we have here. It's good. Let's try to center it a bit. Make sure the pink line snaps, and we have our logo. Looks pretty interesting. It encompasses a lot of elements. So it has the element of town, conversation, having online community with a few people on there. Yeah, this is good. So some things we can keep constant for the rest of our pictures later on, because we'll be designing a series of logos for the other segments. So yep, we follow our color scheme and it looks great. So that's kind of about what we're going to do. For the caption wise, I'll think about it later. Alright, so we've come to the end and we've kind of completed our logo. Looks really good. I'm satisfied. So let's just rename the file. Let's look at some of the elements that we've taken into account along the way. So first, we came out with our color scheme, finalized it, used images, and we come up with some logos and icons that represented our theme, encapsulated the idea of conversations, speech bubble, looking online with this little phone over here, and the community, the most important part. So it kind of reflects what Singapore is. Playgrounds near cities, workplaces, a lot of high-rise buildings. So here we have it. That's what we have. Looks amazing and can't wait to design more in the future. So for the next few, we'll just be bearing with this color scheme and we're looking more into the different kind of effects and how to keep to a color theme. So we'll refer back to these color themes closely later and hopefully we come up with some cool logos. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and see you next time.